right, good morning. Okay, time for part two in this little mini roll search. We did pretty well on the nickels. I would say again, by far one of the better little mini runs I've had in quite a while. Yeah, it didn't turn out too bad. So let's go ahead and get started with this one. And as always, again, some of the things I look for in quarters. Let's see if I can pan in just a hair there for you guys. Some of the things I look for, I pull out all 1983s. I double check a lot of the Philly Mint Mark coins, especially the a few particular dates I pay a special attention to is the Homestead quarter. The 2004 D, Wisconsin high and low leaf. Those are tough to find in general. And yeah, did I say I pull out all the 83s? I pull out all the 83s, both Philadelphia and minted coins. And I assemble full rolls and sell that for 2 to 2.5 times face. These are just a few things that you could do to, kind of make it worth your while to look through quarters. Silver is few and far between, as we all know, primarily because of the oversaturation of these State and America the Beautiful program pieces that we find in here. But aside from that, I'm also looking for upgrades to a couple of my albums in the, not the State quarters, but the America the Beautifuls. I am 99% complete up to this point. I think I'm missing, I don't know if it's Apostle Islands, Philadelphia, but that is one that I haven't found. But for the most part, all the other coins have been found in circulation. And all of them are in brilliant uncirculated condition, which is kind of nice because you don't see that out this way. This one looks like it's had a hard life as a screwdriver or something to that effect. So if you're joining me this morning, guess what? It's Tuesday. So how is that significant? Well, it's giveaway day. Giveaway will be at 5 o'clock Pacific time. So it'd be 8 o'clock for you folks on the East Coast. And then you guys can do the math if you're in between, Central time and Mountain time. So we're just going to go ahead and breeze through. There are no other 1980s dates that I am holding on to. And I think there are a few repunched mint marks in the mix that can be found. I believe, 1989? Or is it 1987? I don't remember. For the Denver minted coin. That's a decent looking 81D. I might put that one on the side. Or maybe not. There's some stuff on there. I don't know. Yeah. The reading is like BU red. Check that out. But it's got some stuff on there. I don't know if it's removable, but I don't know. It's probably not worth it. I'll put it aside and take a closer look later. Now, obviously, if it was a brilliant uncirculated 83, those coins sell for like $50. It's pretty crazy how much those coins sell for just because of the survival rate so low. In addition, they did not make mint sets in 83. So a little tidbit for you guys. So yeah, giveaway is tonight. It's going to be a 7-day type affair instead of the 14, so that way we could roll through the winners. What is this? Philadelphia, Alaska. So there might be an extra claw in there. I'm gonna put this one aside and we'll get under the scope to see if that's the case. Which is just a die chip, but apparently they sell for pretty good money. There's an 84. Pretty good money as in relation to face value. If it sells for $5, I would be fine with that. But Good old quarters when half dollars is simply not around to be had. Um, a lot of these banks in the area I'm in, there's a 65 I'll put aside. We'll see if there's a double die obverse there. It's a cherry picker's guide. The silver quarters pretty much pick through for the most part. The half dollars in the area is all hunted out. Last time I got any was about $10 face, and it just wasn't worth mentioning. So there's a bicentennial. This is a Denver. So there's a very, very rare and very desirable double die obverse. Okay, we're going to get under the scope for that one as well. So thank you for joining in on this roll hunt. It's some people's thing, and it's some people's kind of Achilles heel. They don't like roll hunting videos, but you know, when the new collectors love them and they ask for them and they opt for them, you know, you gotta please the people. So that's why I'm doing it. Connecticut, Harper, where's that? Fort McHenry. It's a few specific dates that look pretty good in there. Decent looking Michigan, but it's got enough wear that I don't care about it. Pictured rocks, pretty nice. That one is earlier in the year release. Yeah, pretty cool design. I like that one. But anyways, that's that. Theodore Roosevelt. This is the one I come across most frequently that is in BU condition, these Fort Moultries. I haven't kept tabs on the mintage figures for these things, but they've got to be astronomically high in comparison to some of the earlier dated America the Beautifuls, when the mint wasn't producing nearly as much. Mainly due to the economy back in 09 and 2010. So, it's a 69 Philly. That's a tougher date. In this condition, it's only worth face value, though. I used to assemble rolls of the 69s, but 93. I thought it was the 83 for a second. I used to assemble a bunch of rolls of 69s, and then all of a sudden you can sell them for a few bucks over face. So they became an obsolete product on my eBay for about the better part of the last 3 years. But they're just as tough as the 83s. It's an Ozark Riverways. There you go. Hot Springs, very first quarter in the America the Beautiful series. And this one is in actually decent shape. If you got a lot of first timers that are looking for these quarters and putting a folder or an album together, that'd be a good candidate right there. So yeah, you don't see too much of the 2010, 2011 America the Beautifuls in decent shape anymore, which is kind of crazy. And if you guys looked at the vintage figures on those, some of them are absolutely ridiculously low compared to what they're hammering out today. But yeah, guys, don't feel obligated to watch any video that's super long. Again, you know, I will be putting my 2 or 3 ads on these because of the length, and it's the only way I get paid. I mean, let's be honest. This is my livelihood at this point. So this one has a little bit of counter wheel damage. Don't know if there's going to be a double die, but if it was a double die, I would still hold on to it. I had a guy chime in on one of my videos. I did a rant on the 5-ounce silver Apollo 11. They said, well, I sure as hell didn't go through the whole video, but you know, if you don't like it, and you know, he said cuss words in there, but he replaced a few letters with an exclamation point and all this stuff. I'm like, dude, don't be coy. You know what you're saying. Everybody knows what you're saying. You know, if you're going to say it, just say it. You're going to get the ban hammer anyways because of that. You know, kids nowadays that are 9, 10 years old, they know what BITCH is. Come Come on, let's be honest. These days, I'm much more opinionated about that sort of thing because, like I said, a good large chunk of my demographic viewers are in the 12 to 18-year-old range. Okay, and that's cool. That's exactly what I'm hoping for as we progress along the education of coin collecting to the younger audiences, because that's, you know, at the end of the day, you know, that's what's going to happen. You know, your kids, you know, if they're into coins at all, or, you know, they're going to be making good money, okay, they might be investing in some of your rare coins. There's another 65. So it's not out of the question. The same way that we think of them as like, hey, you know what, these guys are going to be doctors or nurses and lawyers and information security guys that are going to take over your website. It's not a scary world, but you know, that's a good thing. So we need to pass along. So there is a another Alaska, but this one's a Denver. So this one won't have any of the extra claw reverse, and I'll show you what that is. You've probably seen a few videos on it. It's Philadelphia, Maine. No 83s yet, so I'm holding out hope that we'll find at least one. I searched through probably about $2,000 in quarters on a monthly basis. Yeah, but don't ever ask me to do a video on $500 face in quarters. That's madness. There's a nice Delaware. What is this one? Oh, Philly. Not bad. First date of the state quarter program. Again, that one's nice enough that if you got a lot of junior beginning collectors assembling the state quarter set, that would be a great candidate for a folder. But aside from that, it's in pretty good shape with some luster. It's about AU right there. So yeah, giveaway 5 o'clock tonight. And I have a good one for you guys. You guys are going to enjoy it. I hear my other phone going off. My apologies on that. Thank you for everyone that has submitted your entries on the first inaugural giveaway contest. As always, this is going to be a weekly thing, so you'll want to stay tuned as we as I give back to the community. And you know, again, for February, it's going to be Red Book February. So with every giveaway, you will receive a brand new 2019 Red Book price guide. So I'm just gonna go ahead and just kind of quicken this video a little bit, because we are only talking about $50 face here. So yeah, I'm finding a lot of Harper's Ferries too. If you find one that is a Philly coin, right inside here, let me grab my pointer. Right inside the center set of window bays right here, there's some pretty ridiculous doubling going on where you see some of the extra crosses and whatnot inside the actual windows. So that's a pretty neat find. There's another 65. I'll go ahead and put that one aside. There's another bicentennial. Unfortunately, it's a Philly. 73. Hey, another Hot Springs. Sweet. This one has some counter wheel damage, and it is a Philly. So this was probably in Virginia or North Carolina at one point. But hey, 1983, first one. That's a Philly coin, so it's the more desirable of the two min marks, whatever that means. Yeah, put that one aside. That'll go in a roll. 77, a couple Georges here. One in pretty decent shape. The one pretty disgusting. This one's a Denver. Again, that'd be a good candidate for a first timer. 71. I haven't come across too many BU pre-1976 or 1980s, rather, in these rolls in a while. You don't see too many of them out there, but there we go. Okay, final roll, guys, and then the pain is over. Well, some of you probably like it. I mean, I did find a few good ones here. So hopefully we could get a little measure of success out of them. So 71D. Oh, check that out. Nice misaligned die on this one. See how chunky that rim is there on the left side and toward the bottom? And see how thin and non-existent it is on the right side? And then on the obverse, it's normal. Cool. Put that one aside. I'll sell that one at bulk error lot on eBay. I do it probably once a year. And that's a decent looking Nebraska right there. What we got here? Ellis Island. Very detailed. 90. Hey, another 83. And that one is also indeed a Philadelphia minted coin. So that makes two this lot. Very nice, very nice. I'll take it. They're worth about 50 cents a piece. Then we got another one. Oh, it's 82. I used to save 82s also. Haven't done so since probably 2 or 3 years ago. The money wasn't there. Well, the money is there. It's just the potential for profit is pretty much non-existent on those. Not like they used to be from like 2006 on, you know. I'm still coming across a lot of Connecticut's, but that one had damage on it. 86, Idaho with some stuff. 97. I always called 97s and 98s glossy quarters because they had like a really high super finish on them that looked almost mirrored. I remember when those came out back then, and I thought they looked unnatural compared to some of the earlier dates. And they had the spaghetti hair. All right, 2 more quarters. We got a Effigy Mounds and a Voyagers, and that's going to wrap it up. So let's go under the scope and take a look at these other couple quarters here. Some 65s. So we're going to go ahead and start out with this Philadelphia quarter that has a misaligned die. So as you can see here on the left side, take a look at the thickness as I go around the circumference, and then it disappears. Especially right here, right along this area right here. And yeah, you can tell it's the rim is just a slight smidge railroaded, which indicates a misaligned die, and then you can see that the rim comes back there. And then on the obverse of the coin, spaghetti hair, and then it's just normal all the way around. Same thickness, and that's how you could tell the misaligned dies on coins, which is cool. Okay, so here's the first 65. We're looking for the double die obverse, and it's usually found on the motto, so I don't see anything too crazy. And then right here in Liberty, and it's looking pretty normal to me, so that's a go back in the pile. Here's the next one here. This one looks pretty normal. Don't see any splitting serifs. Don't see any wild spreads. This one is pocket change fodder. Okay, here's another one here. This is the one with the counter wheel damage. It would break my heart if this was indeed a double die. And as I would suspect, it is not. So here's the Bicentennial, the Denver. This one has a potential double die obverse, and I could already tell it does not because the motto doesn't have anything on there. Yeah, that one's regular. And no, I do not save the bicentennials anymore. I have a few BU rolls that I've had for quite a while, since about 2001, I believe. Nothing here. It's got some varnish gunk stuff. Let's see. So we got the couple of 83s that are going to go in a roll. Finally, let's check and see if this Alaska quarter has that extra claw. Do we have it? I have an extra claw. You want to look at it? Well, you know what? Check this out. See right here in land, there's a die chip right there. That's looking good. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it does. Look at that. Huh. Right there. You can see the die chip in between claw number 4 and 5. Yeah, so it's got one of the extra claw varieties on there. Sweet. It's not all a waste of time, that's for sure. You never know what you're going to find in these rolls, especially if you think that there's no quarters. Why would you not look for stuff like this? This is a coin, even though, you know, it's a minor type of error. Some actually have granted this to be a variety, whatever. But, you know, this is a coin that you could sell probably for, you know, a couple bucks. You know, it's not nothing, that's for sure. So, yeah, not too bad. So we found a misaligned die, the Pennsylvania. We found this extra claw, Alaska, which is pretty nice for finding it out here in the West Coast. The misaligned die is about $5 coin, pretty easily, because that one has a completely missing rim on one side, and then you have this one that's a few bucks. So out of this group, I would say, you know, it's pretty good, and that's maximizing the effort when you're coin roll hunting denominations that are really tough. Okay, so yeah, it just goes to show you that there is a little something to find in these, and you can make it as fun as you want. Okay, with as little coin as possible or as much as you want. Sometimes we get locked in with finding silver that, you know, it's drying up out there, and there are still a few people finding, like, 10 silvers in there with some Franklin half dollars and all some sorts of like older issue coins. But you know what? You can fill in the gaps with stuff like this. So thank you for joining me for an inordinately long video this morning. As always, the best way you can support my channel is like, share, subscribe, pound that like button, please, for me. And follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Check out the giveaway later this evening. And yeah, should be a lot of fun. So I'll see some of you on there later on today, 5 o'clock Pacific, 8 Eastern. You guys have a wonderful day, and I'll check back with you soon.